Hello everyone. So I wanted to do an updated review of ExpressVPN as they've made some changes to their service, and I wanted to share with you whether these enhancements are something you might benefit from or whether it's just marketing hype. I'll also give you an update on how well ExpressVPN continues to perform in key areas such as torrenting, streaming, gaming, and keeping you safe online. And as I've mentioned before, it's still the case where Express won't be the best choice for everyone, so I'll discuss some of the reasons you might want to choose a different VPN as well. Also, if you want to check out Express, you'll find links in the description to all the special deals or latest discounts that I can get for you guys. So this year, cybersecurity is still as important as ever, if not more, especially with more people taking online courses using school administration software or online school software, which if you didn't know, these types of software actually collect data about you the moment you install them. And so generally speaking, people are simply spending more time on the internet, doing business, making transactions, and so forth. And so one of the benefits of using a VPN is that it will help keep everything encrypted so that none of your information gets leaked out of the servers, which is something Express's military-grade encryption continues to excel at. So as per usual with these reviews, the first thing we're going to look at is ExpressVPN's logging policy. The company makes it very clear that they have a strict no-log policy and no connection logs policy in place, and they disclose which information is kept about you, which is very minimal, none of which can be used to identify or incriminate users in any way. It's about as close to zero logs as you will find. Express is transparent about which info they collect and which info they don't, and that reassures users concerned with privacy and anonymity. Very little is known about who owns ExpressVPN, and that's in fact the company's deliberate intention in order to keep itself and its users safe. ExpressVPN is based in the British Virgin Islands, which has full sovereignty over its own data regulations and is outside the invasive 14 Eyes jurisdiction. They cannot be legally required to provide any kind of information about their users, and they make it apparent that ExpressVPN supports the fight for digital rights and are committed to anonymizing users' activities across the internet. A 2018 report by the Center for Democracy and Technology questioned ExpressVPN in great detail and concluded that the servers were both extremely difficult to compromise and limited in the amount of data that could be revealed, in the case that they were. This was proven in a high-profile case in Turkey in which law enforcement seized a VPN server leased by ExpressVPN, but could not find any server logs that would enable investigators to link activity to a user or even determine which users or whether a specific user were connected at a given time. Now, generally for speed, any decrease of your base speed below 10% is considered excellent, and even when below 20 or 30%, it's still considered very good. It's only not that great when it goes over 50 or 60%, and that decrease in speed is normal. Because when you tunnel your connection through a VPN server, your speed naturally decreases. However, a good VPN will minimize that decrease in speed as much as possible. For this speed test, my initial speed without a VPN is at 12.18 megabits per second. I've tried all of the protocols to see how they function on the same server to see how fast they are. And I've connected to the same Italian server. On the new lightweight protocol, I got a 10.2% decrease at 10.93 megabits per second, a 6.2% decrease on the Open VPN UDP protocol at 11.43 megabits per second, and a 54.9% decrease on the Open VPN TCP protocol at 5.49 megabits per second, with an improvement in upload speed over the other two protocols, interestingly enough. ICAF2 was just not working on most servers, but it's not really needed. And it only works on a handful of servers anyway, so it's only meant to be used in specific situations. And for those that don't want to mess with any protocols, you can still opt for the automatic option, which will still give you super reliable results, which gave me a 9.4% decrease at 11.03 megabits per second. As for the L2 TP protocol, it's not something that you'll want to use since it offers much less security than the rest, and it's only meant to be used if for some reason all of the other protocols aren't working. The quickest and most reliable protocol is the OpenVPN UDP option, which continues to be the best balance of security and speed. However, the new Lightway protocol is also a good contender since it operates very quickly, it connects to servers almost instantaneously, and it is designed to use less battery for your mobile devices. It also has less than 1,000 lines of code, which makes it very easy to audit and fix problems. But while Lightway may be marketed as the quicker protocol, in this speed test, OpenVPN UDP was consistently faster. And that's why I used it to test out a couple of much farther servers, giving me a 13.2% decrease on the Chicago server at 10.57 megabits per second and a 12.2% decrease at 10.7 megabits per second on the Japan server. I personally still prefer the UDP protocol mainly because it's the most consistent in terms of speed, though Lightway may surpass UDP at some point in the future when it's more complete. So overall, it's safe to say that OpenVPN UDP is still the most reliable out of all the protocols. Though the TCP protocol, while it did cut the download speed in more than half, it had the highest upload speed. So that's something you'll want to keep in mind if you're prioritizing upload. Though ping-wise, Lightway and UDP are on the same level if you're gaming. So the bottom line here is the speeds you get from Express are still the best and fastest compared to any other VPNs on the market. And then regarding gaming, I've tested ExpressVPN before and it consistently provided the lowest ping, making it an excellent option for gaming. I've tried playing Tekken 7 on the Italian server, and while I usually don't like to use a VPN for such a reflex-based competitive game, it surprisingly didn't feel very different, if at all. Using a VPN usually hurts your ping, but Express is definitely bringing their premium servers up to the standard of their premium pricing. For streaming, ExpressVPN works very well. From Netflix, BBC iPlayer to HBO and Amazon Prime Video, it reliably works to unblock geo restrictions on many sites with little to no buffering thanks to the consistency in download speeds. I had no problems accessing different Netflix libraries, be it American or Japanese. They were all available despite Netflix's efforts to circumvent these workarounds. ExpressVPN is also completely unrestricted when it comes to torrenting across ExpressVPN's entire server network. There's no bandwidth limit on peer-to-peer activity either, so there's absolutely no worries when it comes to torrenting securely with zero leaks and a dependable kill switch. And unlike a lot of other VPNs, you don't have to worry about using special servers optimized for torrenting. You can just connect to any server with the highest download speed using the time-saving speed test feature within ExpressVPN and go about your business right away. Though the only issue when it comes to torrenting is that it doesn't allow port forwarding, which means ExpressVPN won't allow for a very fast seeding process, but that will not affect your file download speeds in any way. When it comes to security, as mentioned earlier in the video, Express is very legitimate and extremely secure using the highest standard. By default, it uses AES 256-bit encryption in combination with the OpenVPN protocol, a 4096-bit RSA key, and SHA 512 HMAC authentication, which in other words, it is the same high level of encryption approved by banks and governments. On top of that, ExpressVPN supports split tunneling, which surprisingly enough you won't find in many other VPNs. Split tunneling lets you decide which apps are protected via the VPN and which travel outside of it. Express also boasts a highly consistent kill switch, which for those wondering is automatically switched on even on your iOS upon installation. And Express also launched Trusted Servers in 2019, which is a technology that ensures your data is never written to the VPN server's hard drive, and it wipes all data with every reboot as VPN servers run on RAM only. I've also detected no data leaks during my testing. Moreover, Express runs its own private zero-knowledge DNS servers, which means that the websites you visit are all encrypted by ExpressVPN, not your ISP or a third party. That is a very important service in order for Express to reach government-level privacy and security. And in case you're wondering, yes, ExpressVPN is one of the only VPNs that still works in China. Despite the country's blocks on VPN traffic, you're also able to access Chinese TV and websites, and your data will look like any other normal browsing data through ExpressVPN's proprietary obfuscation, meaning that the Great Firewall of China won't be able to identify your VPN traffic. But if you're already inside China, you may find that the standard URL of ExpressVPN is blocked. Just download the Tor browser and you can access the website at this link. right here on the screen. ExpressVPN operates in more than 3,000 servers spread across 160 locations in 94 countries. So you'll be able to connect to nearby servers no matter where you are in the world, and most of these servers support multiple protocols. ExpressVPN works great on many devices, and that includes Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, Nintendo, PlayStation, Roku, and finally Xbox. In addition, ExpressVPN's excellent and easy to use router app and support means that it's also the best choice for console gamers and streaming device users. Not to mention that the UI of Express is very intuitively designed with simplicity, efficiency, and ease of use in mind. Now when it comes to pricing, they have a monthly subscription for $12.95, a 6-month plan that goes down to $9.99 a month, and a 12-month plan that drops the price to $8.32 a month. It's also important to note that all plans have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So although ExpressVPN is on the more expensive side compared to many other VPNs when it comes to pricing, it's a case of you get what you pay for with Express. You're getting more performance, more features, better reliability and usability, and for anyone who values those things, it's well worth the cost. Again, if you're interested, check the link below for any special deals or discounts. Now, ultimately, there are a few reasons Express may not be the best choice for someone. First, if you need port forwarding, then you'd want to choose a different VPN, as Express doesn't currently offer this feature. Also, if you need or want to be able to connect more than 5 devices simultaneously, then you might want to consider a VPN that offers a larger number of device connections, because unless you're open to purchasing a second subscription for ExpressVPN, you'll probably want to choose something else. But otherwise, if you're looking for a VPN that's leading the race in the highly competitive VPN market, ExpressVPN leaves very little to be desired in terms of usability, security, and privacy features, as well as speed and efficiency. Whether you're looking to game, stream, torrent, or just want to secure your data, no matter what device you're on, ExpressVPN manages to consistently uphold the highest standards of service and customer support, and are always working on upgrading their service and lead the VPN industry. I would recommend ExpressVPN to both beginners and advanced users alike. You'll definitely find your money's worth in using ExpressVPN. And in case you change your mind, you can always get your money back with their risk-free, no questions asked money-back guarantee. So it's nothing to worry about if you decide to no longer continue with the service during your first month. And they're very easy to contact since they have a 24-hour live chat support, who responded to my question in less than a single minute. So they're very responsive when it comes to live chat, which is always great. If you're interested in getting ExpressVPN, be sure to check out the link in the description, as I'll include the best coupon codes or special offers that I could find to help save you guys as much money as possible. Please let us know if you'd like to see more content of this nature and what other content you might be interested in seeing on this channel. A like and subscribe would help to motivate us to keep making videos for your enjoyment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.